Go.
Hi, my name is Amanda Tabor, and I'm currently completing the Adult Continuing Education program. This is my portfolio defense. I would like to begin by stating that I started this program with a personal goal for personal reason. I have been affected by substance abuse since my conception. I know what it's like to lose a parent to drugs. I know what it feels like to lose a child to drugs. I know what it feels like to be a drug baby. I know the effects of child maltreatment too well. I know the vicious cycle. My life experiences have molded me to be passionate about finding ways to deter suicide and substance abuse related to trauma experiences. I began an educational journey that will last a lifetime in efforts for community outreach. Each class of the Adult Continuing Education program has facilitated the first standard of interpersonal and intrapersonal skills that I've been able to implement at work and at home. Self-reflection has been the major step in my learning process. I can look back and recall the excitement of self-assessments. Learning more about myself through assessments, I've been able to implement better leadership skills. Discussions have allowed me to see perspectives other than my own. My writing skills have improved with each semester. Communicating my concepts have improved throughout my learning experience. I pay critical attention to detail that I once never knew existed. I'm thankful for the interpersonal and intrapersonal skills that's been facilitated in my educational journey. Standard 2 has facilitated much knowledge and many skills within program planning as a strong foundation for my personal goal to find ways of deterring substance abuse and suicide. I gained a new perspective through Standard 2 in terms of the transfer of training, as well as the constant need for evaluation. I can see discerning context with a more critical view since my first semester as a graduate student. The most beneficial lesson I have learned has been to start with the results. I have applied the technique to different scenarios. There was more successful behavior in adults and children when I asked what they expect the end results to be. Standard 3 has facilitated the knowledge for skill to identify a positive environment for learning needs. Not every learner has the same needs. Implementing Standard 1 of the self-reflection element can help identify individual learning needs. By applying the best practices, I facilitate room for growth, not just for myself, but also for my students. Case studies have been a wonderful way to design a professional growth plan. Standard 4 facilitated the knowledge and skills for instructional pause.
Go.
Standard 4 facilitated the knowledge and skills for instructional development and delivery. This standard plays a critical role in program planning. I never was able to learn until I learned how to learn. It might sound funny to some who've never had that experience, but for me it all made sense when applying the learning theory. Developing objectives and developing need assessments are other skills that have been facilitated by Standard 4. And Standard 5, critical thinking and problem solving skills has been facilitated. Learning research methods and ethics in research have prepared me to become very interested in beginning my doctoral degree. Completing the CITI module training gave me a moment of realization that I'm actually completing a lifelong journey of my goal. I got it. Standard 4 facilitated the knowledge and skills for instructional development and delivery. This standard plays a crucial role in program planning. I never was able to learn until I learned how to learn. Might sound funny to some who've never had the experience of learning how to learn. For me, it all made sense when applying the learning theory. Developing objectives and developing need assessments are other skills that's been facilitated by Standard 4. In Standard 5, critical thinking and problem solving skills have been facilitated. Learning research methods and ethics in research have prepared me to begin a doctoral degree. Completing the CITI module training gave me a moment of realization that I am completing a lifelong goal in my educational journey. I plan to implement ethical research methods with instruments that can detect learning gaps in trauma-based individuals. I plan to use Standard 5 as a strong foundation to build onto to identify ways to reverse learning obstacles due to trauma. I plan to use the knowledge and skills facilitated by Standard 5 to find ways that deter substance abuse and suicide due to trauma. The only way to heal a broken society is to heal the trauma in society. I believe we all have a purpose to learn from each other. Standard 6 has been facilitated with knowledge of adult learning theory and action. Before I began the adult continuing program, I could not tell you any distinction between adolescent learning and adult learning. Through Standard 6, I had a moment of clarity in which learning is a science. Learning has many layers. It consists of cognitive skill, environment influences, motivation, return of investment, and so much more. My overall experience in the adult continuing education program has matured me to have a critical eye when evaluation is needed. My writing skills have improved tremendously. I've been facilitated with professional development as a strong foundation to apply, not only professionally, but also in personal situations. The knowledge and skills I have learned are very useful in everyday life. Please feel free to view my portfolio at Tabor, Tabor 424.wixite.com/PORTFOLIO. Thank you for your time and have a great day.